Hello, good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you're listening. This is my week one recap from just an average fan like you. Each week I'm going to go over the weekend's games, give you my thoughts. I'm just a sports stooge who likes sports, and I talk about everything and know nothing. But that's what makes sports so great. I think we had a great kickoff weekend in college football. Week one did not disappoint. We had a lot of top 10 matchups, and I think they all exceeded expectations. There were a few that we probably as fans thought were going to go a little different. But Thursday night we kicked it off with Cincinnati and Nebraska and the home of the Chiefs. And I thought Dylan Raiola thought he was going to go to the next level this year. I think that he is uber talented on the football field. Whatever off the football field stuff is, yeah. But he's great on the football field. But I don't know. That game was sloppy. Obviously, the Nebraska Cornhuskers come out on top by 3 points. They're 1-0. I don't think it was as big as a jump as I expected. Nevertheless, they are 1-0 heading into week two. And then Friday night, we had a game of Auburn at Baylor in Waco, Texas. And I think Jackson Arnold looks good. His legs, his arm, I think Hugh Freeze has a guy. I think him, as they build more chemistry, Cam Coleman, the stud wide receiver they have in Auburn, they're going to be a team to watch in the SEC. I think that they're going to be good. I think that they're going to be really good, actually. Jackson Arnold ran for 137 yards in that game. But I think Baylor bounces back. Also had Georgia Tech at Colorado. First game for Dion without the boys, Travis Hunter, Shiloh, Shador. I think they looked good. I just think that Brent Key and Georgia Tech, Haynes King, they've got something special brewing in Atlanta. They're going to be a team to watch out for in the ACC. Haynes King is a junkyard dog. He will put his head down and run through somebody. We get to Saturday, the biggest game, Texas, Ohio State, Arch Manning. There was no mention of Julian Sayin much all week. And I know Julian Sayin just had to be, all right, okay. And he made one of the bigger throws. Carnell Tate made an excellent catch, but Julian Sayin made a throw for that touchdown that obviously ended up being the deciding factor. I don't think Texas is dead. I think Matt Patricia had Arch Manning just on the ropes. I think he just had him confused. And when you have a player like Caleb Downs out there, he's an X factor. And when he's on the field, and because the way he knows the game, the way he plays the game, he can move him all around, allowing the confusion to really sink in for a young quarterback on the road, and really his first true start as it being his team. Ohio State, Ryan Day, congratulations. You've reloaded. You have a team full of dogs again. Ohio State is going to be contending. I don't think they're a pretender. I think they are a contender for back-to-back. Julian Sayin obviously is going to have to grow. Now there's a little film on him. But I think that the way that they play ball up there, I'm not even going to mention Jeremiah Smith. I didn't know that dude could drop a ball. So he is human. After all, he'll be fine. Jeremiah Smith will be fine. Hold me to that. Jeremiah Smith will be fine this year. Down in the SEC in Athens, Gunnar Stockton, they just steamrolled Marshall as expected, unless you are a guy on Marshall's defensive line who thinks they have a chance. And then when I run the film back, number 5, he got pushed around a good little bit. There's a few clips of him getting just ate up. But again, you're talking UGA, Marshall, should be a blowout. But Gunnar Stockton to Zachariah Branch, get used to hearing that. That was love at first sight. Those two connected, and Zachariah Branch is fast. I'm expecting a punt return touchdown from him in a big game. Bookmark it, hold it. Zachariah Branch is quick and elusive. And he can catch. This year, Georgia's got some people who can actually catch the ball, and that is something that they struggled with last year. A lot of drops. A name for you to remember and hold on to is KJ Bolden, number 4. He is the one that blocked the punt, but on defense, he is all over the field. He's fast. I remember him coming out of high school from Buford, and when he did commit to Georgia, I think he flipped from Florida State. Could be wrong, but I think he flipped from Florida State. That was a big get for Kirby, especially with the way Kirby's defense needs that. Last year, freshman year, this year, he's in there. and he puts his nose in everything. And so you can't really ask for much more than that from a team. And then we'll bounce over to Tallahassee. What happened? Is Alabama football dead? Or is Florida State football just back? A lot of questions that have to be answered in the next coming weeks. I don't know. I mean, I knew from my ACC preseason QB rankings that Tommy C is a guy. He is an absolute. He's a guy. Everyone's saying it. Alabama, there was guys walking on defense. That is the most unheard of thing about Alabama football. And I think Kalen DeBoer, he's a winner. He's won everywhere else he's went, so I have no reason to believe he can't win. I think I saw a post, or an article that I read somewhere was like, when he was at Washington, Indiana, he had 3 stars, 4 stars. He'd find the 2 stars. And all these guys were doubted. It's like they came in there hungry. But now that he's at Alabama, true blue blood of the game, he gets all these 5-star plus, 5-star elite athletes, 5-star at this position, 5-star at this position. They've been the best player on the field at all times their entire life up to this point. They've not really had the motivation behind them to prove someone wrong wasn't really there because they are the cream. They have got that label for themselves as the best player on the team. And then so at Alabama, they're not, again, I'm not in the building, I have no idea, but the way that the film shows is these guys walking around on defense, not hustling towards said defender. And hey, shout out Mike Norvell. He definitely had a game plan ready. And Tommy C, with his quote of they don't have Nick Saban to save them anymore, he stood on business. He went and did what he said he was going to do. So I kind of like that. If you back it up, because that's a bold statement. We're talking about it. Bold statement. He backed it up. Look out for Florida State. I think they are a contender. I think right now, obviously the LSU Clemson game. LSU hadn't won a game opener or opening game for Brian Kelly in his tenure until this game against Clemson, at Clemson, which has to cool down his hot seat a little bit. I definitely think there was a hot seat. I definitely think that it's cooled down a little bit. I also think Clemson will be just fine. It was a 7-point game. Plenty of opportunities. Clemson should have won that game. But LSU has the best quarterback in the country. Nussmeier he's got it. Nussmeier has got the attributes. He can sling the pill. I'm a fan of Nuss. There's a few quarterbacks in it. Again, I said this prior to week 1. Had we seen enough of Arch for him to be the favorite of the Heisman? I didn't think so. I don't know why his odds were as high as they were. I thought whoever won that Clemson LSU game was going to kind of take the driver's seat on the Heisman. But so Tennessee, Joey Aguilar. I watched a little bit of this game, watched some film. This kid can play football. So for Tennessee, I think it's one sentence. No Nico, no problem. Tennessee looks fast. Again, we're talking Syracuse, and I don't really know what Syracuse is, so I'm not going to. I know they have some players. Fran Brown has recruited decently. They have the backup from Notre Dame last year, and Jelly. But Tennessee, Joey Aguilar is a stud. There is some high expectations in Knoxville after game 1. I think he's very smart of the game. He reads the defense very well pre-snap, making adjustments, and then his pocket presence. I just think he was the guy put on a show. And so with that, Tennessee is looking good. South Carolina to another SEC quarterback, Lenore Sellers. Now this dude's just a freak of nature. The way he truck sticked on that first touchdown, he just get out of my way. And obviously we're talking about the Beamer Bowl or just the Beamer game. And Shane Beamer's dad was there, and the great punt return touchdown. I think that's super cool because the special teams just runs through their blood. I don't know. That's a tough one. Obviously, I would assume Frank Beamer, he probably wants his son to win, but at the same time, he's coached at this school for a long time. The Hokies are known for Frank Beamer ball. And so I know there's a torn heart on that one, but probably doesn't hurt to see your son win at the end of the day. There is a kid who I was talking about prior to the season, JKS, out there at Cal. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get to watch the game. That game was on so late. I have no idea anyone on the East Coast made it through that full game. It was on so late. I caught highlights. This true freshman is solid. JKS. I mean, he put some throws that look like he'd been playing for 2-3 years at a high level in college. So him signing with Oregon and entering the transfer portal before he ever got to school and going to Cal because he wanted to play now. Now, with that, probably was a smart move. I think Dante Moore in Oregon, there's a nice little relationship there that Dante Moore is the starter. He's going to be the starter. Could JKS have seen the field? Sure. But he went to Cal, and I'm glad he did. This kid is electric. Scooting down to Miami, at Miami, Notre Dame. Carson Beck is, the pressure is no more, it's not on him anymore at Georgia when he was the Heisman favorite going into the year, and he had all this, he just had this pressure on him that was different. Now he's made his way down to Miami, and I think it's Malachi Tony, freshman number 10. That kid, that connection is going to be there all season. Carson Beck to Malachi Tony. Kid's fast, elusive. I mean, he's good. He is so good. And then we look at Notre Dame. I mean, if we're gonna be real, right? Notre Dame lost by 3 points to a legit top 10 team. I think Miami is top 10. I think two things about CJ Carr. I think he's good. I think he's gonna get better as the season goes on. Marcus Freeman probably made the right decision by making him the starter, but there's a few times when the pressure of the pocket was collapsing, he would run back like 10, 15 yards, trying to escape the pocket. And these linemen are fast. They're catching him. One time it worked out. I think it was the second quarter where he bounced back and out of the pocket and then came back around, found an open guy in the end zone. That's going to cost him at some point in some game. That little extra try to make a play. It may not. He may nail it every time, but I think that somebody's going to get a sack on him with a linebacker that's just a little bit quicker, 10, 15 yards where he runs back. I think we got to be careful with that. Other than that, I think they'll be fun. They're not in a conference, so I don't know if that makes it weird if they win out. I think the college football playoff, which is so far away, don't even want to think about it. Let's enjoy the football we're in. Speaking of enjoyment, Chapel Hill had a lot of buzz around it, to be expected, because of Belichick and how he plays and gets his teams ready. But we're talking 70 transfers. There's no way we thought that he would have it down and have this team executing at a very high level on year one, game one, with 70 transfers. Now, North Carolina got the ball first. They went right down the field, punched them in the mouth, and scored. TCU is a good team. They have talent. I think Josh Hoover will be in the Heisman talks later in the season. The kid can really throw the rock. I think at some point, North Carolina's going to figure it out. But I want to say we can't go punish these top 10 teams for taking on games against top 10 teams. We want that in football, right? Yeah. But if these, like Texas, loses to Ohio State, the defending national champion at home. Yeah, I haven't seen the ranking yet come out for the AP rankings for week 2. Game day is headed to Oklahoma for Michigan. But we want these big games. So that's why strength of schedule and a quality loss has to matter. If we take away these big games, everybody schedules cupcakes, or what they call cupcakes. We're gonna almost be bored until conference play with it. I think the big games early are good, but we can't punish teams like Notre Dame, Clemson, Texas for taking that loss. Now, I don't know where Alabama goes, being 8th prior to losing to unranked Florida State. Florida State showed they obviously have a good team. The only thing is, Alabama didn't lose by 3. They didn't lose by 7. They lost by 14. They lost 2 touchdown games. So I think that we have to, they're going to get it right. They always get it right, right? I'm glad I'm not in that room. Don't want to be in that room. Just want to watch football. I think Bryce Underwood at Michigan. Michigan's got a quarterback. Congrats, Wolverines. He can play. Big arm. Huge arm. Didn't touch on Oklahoma's quarterback transfer or DJ Lagway down at Florida. Those are two guys that looked really good. I think DJ Lagway stays healthy. He's gonna have a real shot at winning the Heisman. And Billy Napier may keep his job for at least one more year. We'll see. How quick do they turn on him if they lose 3 straight? If I had to guess, probably pretty quick. But for his sake, let's hope they don't. Ole Miss. I saw a video of Ole Miss player getting his chain snatched by a Georgia State player. What are we doing? But he had it, and then I seen him throw it, so I guess he got it. I need to lock your chain up a little tighter. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't snatch him either. I don't know. That was week 1. Week 1 was so electrifying. I'm new to this. If you're going to watch and listen and comment, give me some feedback. I'd love to hear it. Questions. If you like me to cover somebody, a player, a play, please leave a comment on it. I'm a sports head. I enjoy the sport, and I'm going to recap all year. So if you listen, thank you for listening. And if you've made it this far, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys after week 2.